Hello, Joy Olson here of Blockbuster Fundraising. Hey, I got a question for you. Do you watch Shark Tank? I do. I love it. And I have really learned so much from this show about improving my presentations and also a lot of good financial thoughts. Is it scalable? Comes to mind. But Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, put together a list for would-be entrepreneurs to get spots and funding on Shark Tank. And I think that some of this advice, he wrote up 10 tips, and a few of these tips are so perfect for us, you and me, as fundraisers. It's really kind of exciting. So his presentation is called, quote, How to Present the Perfect Pitch from Shark Tank to the Boardroom. And you can look that up and read this in the entire 10 tips. I'm not going to go over them all today, but these tips are really helpful for a successful nonprofit ask. So I have really listened. I like these and I wanted to share. You know, one of the most important things that O'Leary says is the number one rule is to make your pitch incredibly dynamic. You know, sometimes I'll look at my fundraising videos and I think, geez, Joy, you look halfway bored to death. So be dynamic, not static. Okay, so let's take a look at a few of these tips that I think are really helpful, will help all of us. He says, O'Leary says, keep it simple. People are busy and all of us have such limited attention spans. What are they? I mean, it's getting a little ridiculous. But nevertheless, it's true. So you want to make sure, O'Leary says, that you can explain your business to an 8-year-old, because that way you keep it simple. And he says if it takes you more than a couple of sentences to explain the opportunity that you're presenting, you need to go back to your desk and rework it. And a good tip here that everyone agrees upon is use plain language. Don't get caught up in fundraising buzzwords or acronyms, and practice on your own kid or a grandkid. Keep it simple. And experts say that simple means using language at a 4th to 6th grade level. All right, keep it lively. Reframe your ask into a story, and then practice the best great storytelling techniques that you can use. Study, because they say that we're wired to hear stories. We like stories. If somebody starts talking about facts and details, and we just tune out. But if you tell a great story and make it as exciting as possible, and the donor is the hero who helps the beneficiary overcome their troubles, hey, you're going to get your gift. Make sure that when you ask, it's from your heart. You've got to use your own passion about the project, about your mission, about who's going to be helped. Because it makes such a difference, because that passion is going to come through. So remember that passion is truly contagious, and that is truly the way to get someone to listen. Okay, number 3, a good idea, especially if it's a capital campaign or a really large gift. Bring people that your donor respects or can relate to face to face. And they say that there's 2 types of key players that you might want to consider taking with you. It's the person, the prospect, the donor is going to have the hardest time saying no to. It's kind of tricky. And 2, the person with whom your donor has the best relationship. Because we all know it's kind of hard to say no to a person that we perceive as important, has a lot of authority, is credible and friendly. So your donors, especially your major donors, they want to talk to your top people. It builds trust and connection. So take a top person with you. If the director of development or your major gifts officer has built the relationship, then you definitely want them to be there, because that's very, very important, because your donor knows them, they like them, they are the connection to your organization. So the tip here, the takeaway here is be careful, thoughtful, mindful of who is in the room during the ask. Okay, you've got that. And you're going to decide in advance, of course, who is going to make the ask, and you are going to script it out. Well, those are the 3 top tips, and since we all have a short span of attention, I'll let you get into the article and read some more from Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary. I think that you'll really appreciate it, and I think that to practice these tips will give us all a lot of confidence. And of course, you want to remember too that any time that you're talking about gifts and numbers and you have in your mind what you're going to ask your donor for, you really want to make sure that you're very transparent about what you're asking and what you're talking about. And you've got to be thoughtful. You've got to think through the questions that they're likely to ask, that they're probably going to ask, and you want to have answers. And of course, if you don't have answers, you will tell them that. You won't make up an answer on the fly. You'll tell them that you'll be happy to investigate that further and make sure you have the absolutely correct information to give them, and you'll be back to them within 24 hours total. All right, well, this is Joy Olson of Blockbuster Fundraising saying thank you for having been here today. I wish you all kinds of good luck, and I really do think you should watch Shark Tank. I think it will help us all in our presentations. Hey, speaking of presentations, we have hundreds of free fundraising tips on our YouTube channel. So check us out. And we're also at joyolson.com and blockbusterfundraising.com. So happy fundraising, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.